Hi, I'm Eric from Erodz Customs. We're going to do a little update on our 63 Bel Air tonight. We've been working on this thing from the garage inside of your average everyday Joe's garage. We're just building this with a minimum of hand tools, and we'd like to give a little shout out tonight of the sponsors that we've acquired so far to make this happen and some of the products that they have. Yank torque converters. We switched the car over to a 4L80 transmission, which is electronically overdrive transmission, basically the same thing as a Turbo 400 but electronic control. Unbelievable. It's just fantastic right now. It hasn't missed a beat at all. The stall that we went with was a 3000 stall, which is a little bit low for the higher power band that turbos normally produce. But what we want to do, and going after this with Dave of Yank Torque Converters, very knowledgeable on this kind of stuff, we're trying to do something that's completely different and out of the normal realm. We're towing the trailer with it, we want to autocross it, we want to drag race it, and we want to drive it every day. So there's going to be trade-offs in every way, shape, or form. If you want drag racing torque converter, you'd normally go with a 4,000 or 5,000 stall converter. If you want an autocross converter, it'd be lower. So we're kind of settling on the middle of the road, so we have good capability all the way around drivability characteristics of this car. And that is just absolutely dynamite. Another one is MA Performance. They supplied the turbos, the wastegates, the blow-offs, and more than anything, the knowledge of turbo systems. Because like we said before, this is something that is one of our first times doing a turbo system, and to gain their knowledge of what size the blow-off valves, the wastegate should be, what size the turbos, what do you want to do with the car. We're going with something that's a very versatile build that you can drive it, trailer it, tow it, haul it, do everything with it. We settled on some 58, 57 Precision brand turbos and Turbo Smart wastegate controller products, and everything so far is just fantastic, right on the money. We still have some tuning to do to the car to get it dialed in right now. Our friend at CJ Tunes has also set us up with kind of a bass tune on this thing, just to get it up and drivable and run it for a little bit. And now we're going to start cranking up the boost. Our friend Carl from CJ Tunes is going to come over here and dial this thing up a little bit. We'll throw some more boost to it, put some more timing into it, change our shift points around a little bit, and play with that kind of stuff. He's just absolutely a whiz at these LS-based motors and their whole drivability systems. If you need anybody to tune, he's your man. He's just fantastic. And now also what we've added to the car are some Ring Brothers billet hinges. Thinking, hey, that's not really performance orientated. These things are just fantastic pieces of workmanship. They make the hood lift up in such a fluid motion, and it stops in any position and holds it up there, and it's just very nice. Quality is just second to none. The cars that these guys have put out in the past have just absolutely inspired me to become such a better builder, seeing what they can do with their ideas and what they've come up with. It's just fantastic. They have tons of billet stuff available for hinges and all kinds of different cars. And if you check out their website, they got some really good information also on there. And then also Extreme Drive Systems provided this swivel thermostat. That's a billet thermostat that is able to swivel 180 degrees to get it much easier to align your hoses up with your radiator and everything. It makes it a lot easier to do an aftermarket swap to orientate that the direction that it needs to be. Also, we've done the ceramic coating on all of our exhaust, the headers and the downpipes and everything, and that service was provided by Race Coatings. They are out of Forest Lake, Minnesota. They do a lot of ceramic coating. You can get it black, silver, whatever you want for a finish like that, and that holds the heat inside of the exhaust. Not so much of your wasted heat is going out, and plus it looks so nice. It doesn't rust, corrode, oxidize. Fantastic thing. And then last on our list tonight is going to be Sammy James. He's been is a good friend of ours that does artist rendering sketches. He's done a lot of sketches for us here, and what he does, he just comes over and we start BSing and drinking beer, and we do up some designs. And he does all these with pencil, paper, not computer generated renderings. They are, you know, one-off handmade design drawings, and he can work with you and change designs if you want to change the air dam, spoilers, everything on the car, side pipes. So you can go with your car and ad lib. He's really good at that kind of stuff, where he can ad lib whatever kind of wheels, tires, stance that you want. He can do all that. He's got a website called mnfastlife.com. That's MN as in Minnesota, fastlife.com. And he could set you up with any kind of artist renderings. Fantastic quality and just awesome guy. So we're going to take you through some of the things that we've done to the car and what we have to do to the car. Obviously, we just got the car on the road a couple weeks ago. We've done a little bit of work to it since then to try to work out some of the bugs, and we'll take you through a little walkthrough of that and let us know what you think. Now I want to take you through some of the things that we've done to the car and some of the things that we still have left to do to the car. A little bit of a recap. We got the car running, had some issues with the plug wires, burnt the plug wires off, and had some issues with that. Had also problems with the air lines rubbing up against the transmission cooler lines, and they blew the air lines out from the heat on it. We've rerouted the air lines, we've rerouted the transmission cooler, we've got that up off the ground. Now we've got new plug wires on it. Now we're dialing this thing in a little bit. It's running fantastic right now. It's absolutely beautiful the way you can get in to drive this car and just drive it just like an everyday driver car. And now we have also some things that we have to work on the car. We're going to start working about all our drivability issues, our alignment, our brakes. That has a little bit to be desired yet. We changed the ride height on it also. We've taken the bump stops out. We've moved the transmission cooler, which was bottom of the car, out before. Now the car sits quite a bit lower than it did before, and we have to do a little bit of work on our alignment and drivability issues. And then we're going to start tidying everything up underneath the hood and start buttoning some of this stuff up. And this is what I'm talking about with these Ring Brothers hinges right here. I mean, these are just an absolute work of art. Just fantastic. It's just such a fluid motion for that. Up, opens all the way, no creaking and groaning at all. Absolutely beautiful pieces of aluminum right there. Also, right down here is our swivel thermostat from Extreme Drive Systems that I was talking about. Fantastic piece, made it much easier to route the piping for the radiator hose in there. And then also the precision turbos and the coating on the exhaust is all done by Race Coating Solutions. And then also the turbos are from MA Performance. Fantastic bunch of guys. All these guys, everybody that we've dealt with so far on this whole thing has just been absolutely fantastic. And like we say, we're learning along the way also. We're not a professional shop. We're just a small couple guys in a garage, and we're going to try to build this extreme car out of just an average working man's pocketbook. So this is going to be something that's going to be a little bit harder for us to do also. And we're just going to take you through and invite you through to follow this build along and see the evolution of it. It's going to change completely. There's a lot of stuff that's here that is not done whatsoever. We're going to start focusing on the motor bay and getting the drivability problems taken care of so we can get in and drive this thing across the country and have it be reliable. And now the ride height of this car is just fantastic. This is actually the lowest point of the car is about right here with all the air out of it. It will lay down and you can actually drive the car like this, and it will still drive and roll along just like the way that it is right now. Everything under the car is tucked up nice and high. Nothing is hanging down now, and is just a fantastic thing. So we're gonna, as the weeks go on here, we're gonna get some drivability stuff. We're gonna do some more road tests with it. We're gonna get some good burnouts going on. We're also gonna be taking it to the drag strip and the dyno also. We'd like to find out where this thing's at. We're gonna tune it in a little bit more. Our friend from CJ Tunes is gonna come in, dial this thing up a little bit more, and play with that. We're gonna set it up on pump gas. Then eventually we might set it over to E85, but for right now it's going to be a pump gas. I want to be able to go into any gas station around the country, drive this thing, and really put some miles on this thing. So now we're going to give some testing for that, and we have all that stuff coming up. So stay tuned and keep those wheels of creativity turning.